Hi there, I'm Black Bright and I'm broadcasting out of the UK, well, out the east of England, into your homes, onto your phones. I wanted to talk about intuition and what it actually means and why is it important? Our gut instinct. Why is our gut instinct is important? First I have to tell you to put the thumbs up, the thumbs down, press the bell icon if you want to subscribe, share with other people, your friends and your family, and interact and leave comments. Yeah. So why is the instinct so important? The thing is that we're all born with something to protect ourselves, and a lot of times we ignore it. We ignore it when somebody comes into our space. Oh, why didn't I turn this down? Let me just turn this off because I don't want any noise. Yeah, why do we ignore our instincts? Now, when we decide to do something, there's always something that is an underlying urge. I don't know if urge is the right word, but have you ever come across someone and for no reason, you don't know that person from Adam, but you feel uncomfortable in that person's presence and you do not know why? And you ignore it, and then later on down the line you find that woman is either, or that man is either betrayed you or is deceitful, or there's something not quite right about that person. Also, I remember when I was going to buy a car, and I've never ever bought a sports car, and this was about 2 years ago. I bought the I was what I didn't I was being lazy. Sometimes I'm so lazy and I always pay for it. I walked from my workplace to a car showroom that was just down the road. It was very convenient. Anyway, the salesman, as he saw me walking in and looking at cars, because I had this instinct, I needed a new car. The car I was driving was a Toyota, but it was one of those old Yaris that they call like a mobility car. And when I used to go on the M1, it used to feel as though it was being blown away. So I wanted something a bit more sturdy. So I went to this car place and I was looking around and I was looking for a blue car actually. And the salesman, he called me over and showed me a yellow car. It was a Vauxhall, but it was a sports. It was an SRI, 2 litre, two-door, all of that. And I said to him, that's not my type of car. And he said, yes, it is. And I said, no, it's not my type of car. Anyway, called a couple of fellas and I told them about what car I was going to buy. None of them were too forthcoming until after I'd committed myself. One of them said I shouldn't have bought it, but that's beside the point. My point is we're talking about intuition now. My point is that there was a day when I was going to buy the car, and my daughter said to me, "Mum, buy the car. You're frightened because you feel as though you don't deserve it." I had an intuition not to buy the car. The reason why I was buying the car is because I'd heard about the emissions. And I thought if I'm going to London, I didn't want to get caught up paying £10 a day. And so I needed the car to be over 1959. Yeah, 59, whatever that year is. Or 57. I can't remember now. But I needed the car to be over a certain year in order not to pay the emissions charge. So that's the only reason I was really changing the car, apart from the car blowing in the wind. So anyway, on the morning, and it was a diesel. On the morning, I started looking up on diesel cars. I hadn't paid for it. I paid a deposit, but I hadn't bought the car. And I started looking up about diesel, and they said it was the diesel car, not wise to get a diesel car because of A, B, C, D, and A, and because it had to be a certain engine and all of that. And my instincts told me not to buy it. Anyway, I called my daughter who was going to come with me and I said, you know what, I've got a funny feeling I shouldn't buy the car. And she goes, oh, Mum, you're just scared because you're not used to having nice things and you know, you should really get it. You should treat yourself. It's a beautiful car because it was really flashy. But I'm not a flashy person. So it wasn't really me. And so somehow I convinced myself that it's because I felt I didn't deserve it, why I wasn't buying it as opposed to the diesel, even though I had a clear message not to get, or clear instinct not to buy the car because of the diesel situation. That the diesel was, you know, it was even, you had to buy an even newer car if it was diesel and all of that, and they were taking diesels off the road. My point is that not even 6 months later, I had to get rid of that car. Not only was it giving me trouble, it was expensive to run, and I just didn't like it. Well, I can't say I didn't like it. I liked certain facets of it, but I just wanted something a bit more economical. But my point is that I lost £5,000 because I didn't listen to my intuition. Because as soon as that car leaves the showroom, it's gone down in value, making it worse that it was a diesel. So, yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes we get an inkling. We get somebody that talks to us and tells us to do something. And it's really important to do it. I had an inkling to call somebody the other day, and I was so glad I did because it made the outcome. The outcome gave me a 360-degree turn. So when we're thinking about our instincts, it might be the same as a gut feeling, but I'm not quite sure if it is. But it's that voice in your head that's warning you. And I'm not talking about warning you out of fear, because it's different. I mean, I had nothing to fear with buying the car. So that wasn't a fearful thing. Yes, I was a bit worried about the emission thing, but I wasn't actually scared. So my instinct when it came up, it wasn't fear related. So you do have to make sure that your instincts are not your paranoia and you're operating off of false information. So that is important, and it's very, very difficult. You know how you know it's your instincts? Because it comes when you're silent. It comes, you're not asking for anything. You're just kind of mulling over a decision. And as you're mulling over a decision in your silence, that's when your intuition will kick in. You'll know it's your intuition because it'll be quite strong. I knew it was my intuition and I went against it, and it cost me. So that's what I'm saying. So it's very important to follow your intuition. Oh, anyways, that's all I'm going to say. Right, bye.